Joined by head coach Abby Pyzik of Lynchburg College women's basketball. They were picked #1 in this year's preseason poll. Coach, talk about it right off the bat here. You got the #1 spot in the preseason poll. Everybody's got a little bit of a target on your back right now. What's your feelings on being the #1 team in the poll?
First off, it's just a great honor. I mean, our team, we started this journey 5 years ago coming into this program, and, we want to be #1. And so to be #1 is, a great honor and respect amongst our peers in the league, and to have that respect, we're very proud of it. And we take that as a huge honor and very humbled by the opportunity. It's also very early, and our team is forming just like everybody else. We put our pants on the same way and our jerseys, and, we're making the same mistakes. But it's a very special group, and I'm excited about their potential, and their focus has been very strong so far. So obviously all of that work goes into our journey this year, and we're hoping we're standing under that net come February, March. You
started to allude into the next question there as you had a couple of weeks of preseason practice underneath your belt. Do they look like a #1 team yet?
We definitely, the special part about this team is our leadership. It's taken 4 classes to get that in, and, our culture is finally established. They're reading my mind on the floor without me even saying it, which has actually caused a little bit more of a divide in my returners and freshmen. My freshmen are really working hard to go hard in practice and to catch up to that, because they don't know what lies ahead. They're just coming in to play basketball, and all of our returners know what that fire is to cut down a net. And so it's very important to them to kind of meld and bond and grow as a team in that aspect. And, I've been very proud of what we've done so far. We have a tremendous amount of work to do, but they're very, very focused and ready for the challenge.
Let's talk about those returning players a little bit. You've got 2 all-conference players back, one of them a first-teamer, one of only 2 first-teamers back in the league this year. That's your forward, Shannon Allen. You've also got another forward back in Cheney Forbush, who was the 3rd-teamer. Talk a little about what you expect out of them and also some of your other returning players.
Right. Those 2 have been tremendous leaders so far, from the off-season, summer, preseason to right now, and, they've been very consistent as we've gone forward. Shannon's been with us the longest, so she's had all of the hard work and sweat on her shoulders and her feet, and she's very focused on making sure that in her final career we put a number on our banner that hangs in our gym, and we go forward as, hopefully she rides into the sunset with that feeling. And so she's very driven to do that, and she's done a tremendous job of growing as a leader while carrying some of those challenges. We've put great pieces around her like Cheney Forbush to help her, and Cheney has done a tremendous job. She is very much in shape, has focused a lot on getting up and down the floor and finishing, and she has a tremendous touch from all over. And so we're very, very excited about those 2, and then we have tremendous pieces around that. So we feel very, very lucky in our returning core, and as long as they keep focused, we're excited about the possibility.
What's common for every team is as graduating players leave the program, you have to have new players come in and replace. What are some new names we could hear come out of Hornets basketball this season?
Sure. We have 6 additions to our roster, and all of them have been working very hard. We have 1 special post player, Caroline Nauman, who's shown a lot of impact right away in our post, and that's funny that she showed impact because we have a lot of post players. So it's been a very special time for her to kind of step up, and she's very strong and athletic and has done a tremendous job so far of catching on to our system and buying in. In our guard spot, we have Olivia DiFrancesco, who comes from North Carolina, and comes with kind of Sammy Goldsmith and Sarah Kuhn, who are on our roster from Bishop McGinnis. She comes from a championship program. She knows how to cut down nets, and so her drive and her intelligence on the floor has been very special. We also bring in a couple of point guards as we look for some depth in that area as well. We have a local player, Cammie Marshall, who comes from us from Amherst, who's done a great job kind of learning our stuff and continues to grow in that aspect as it's one of our hardest positions. And Kristen Baus, who comes from Monacan, another very successful program, really is helping a lot in that as well, in that point guard spot with her quickness and defensive knowledge.
When we take a look at the league as a whole, one of the common themes so far has been that the bottom is starting to push the top a little bit. And we've seen that in NCAA bids last 2 years, 2 teams in the NCAA tournaments apiece. Talk a little about what you see for the league this season.
I think that's huge. We just had our coaches meeting, and we touched on that, is that we want to be very strong as a conference, and we not only want to elevate within the conference, but that will elevate us to the national level. And we were very, very fortunate in getting 2 teams in last year that were very deserving, and we definitely want to continue to push that, and we want to make it further in those rounds. And we have great competition in the regions with CNU and other top schools in the area to get out of region. And so as we push to make that, we want the ODAC to be the best, and so we continue to do that as we strive forward.
Well, Coach, I want to thank you for joining us today. Good luck this season.
Thank you.